What's going on, guys? I got my Tippmann TiPX. I switched out a O-ring on the valve cap and an O-ring on the front of the valve that secures the valve to the power tube. I switched those out a while ago, and then I started having like weird issues and stuff, and I never rethought to put the original ones back in. So the ones I put in, I think they were a little bit too small. Like the thickness of them was a little bit too small for what it called for. So I put what I'm assuming was the original ones back in. I dry fired it a couple times inside the house and it worked fine, and I didn't have any leaking or anything. So I have it hooked up to a 700 psi output tank. I'm using 7.2 gram alien play balls. This tank has about 1500 psi left. It is a 700 psi output tank. So in the past I PRV deleted this TiPX. So I'm going to I undid that PRV delete, so this is now adjustable again. I'll be right back. So I undid the PRV delete. I have the stock barrel in here. I'm using a 700 psi output tank. The velocity adjuster is screwed in all the way, so this is maxed out currently. I'm gonna think it's gonna hit 20 joules at least, or maybe like 18, but I'll see right now. 7.2 gram ball, 242, so I think that's about 18 or 19 joules. 244. This can go up a lot higher if I use a different gas source or if I have a longer barrel. 244, so it's working good again so far. 244, 244, 248. So that's pretty much like spot on. 18 to 20 joules, somewhere in there. I'm just going to dry fire this. I took the magazine out, there's nothing in there. And I released the remote line. So I'll try this on a different day with CO2 or with the 12 gram, see if it holds up. When I did the PRV delete and I put this with my big CO2 tank, it would keep blowing off O-rings. But then I started having leaks and stuff in the valve, and I'm just trying to fix all these little issues before I keep shooting at all kinds. So just based on that little bit of shooting, it seems to be fine. It does get the little bit of, like, if you hold this trigger down, you hear like a tss kind of noise, but when I let it go, it stops doing that. So that was the only thing I heard that's sort of normal for a TiPX, but I didn't have any crazy leaking in the past. When I would pull the trigger and release, I'd hear like for a quick second I hear something in here leaking, but I think changing this O-ring and changing this O-ring inside here in the valve, that fixed what was going on. So yeah, I'll be using this in the future. I have another one. This has the normal TiPX valve in it. I have a gray one, black Tippmann TiPX with a white line on it and a gray shroud right here. I have a TCR valve in that one, and this one's pretty much stock. Aside from this shroud and this paint, everything in here is stock. So they're pretty good option. They do hit really hard. That was not that strongest this can hit. If I use a 12 gram CO2, I think it gets like 30 joules, maybe 35. Usually like 30 with this barrel on a 12 gram CO2. If I use my CO2 tank, if it doesn't blow an O-ring off the valve, I'll be able to hit 35 with this barrel. If I have a longer barrel, I've gotten it to hit up to like 45 or so with a big tank. But yeah, I'll do that type of stuff later. I'm just trying to fix this, and it seems to be okay. So you guys have a good one, and see you next time.